And hello, welcome back to Burner Flick. I'm here with
Hi.
Jonah, Aggy, and me, Zach. And today we're talking about a movie picked by Aggy last episode. Would you like to take it away and tell us all about it?
Yep. So last week I chose Bullet Train. There's a movie with Brad Pitt, and when when the trailers for the movie were airing, I heard a lot of people say, this movie looks like crap. But I had a friend of mine. He went and he saw it with a bunch of friends because somebody in our friend group back home had already seen it and said, "Yo, go check this movie out. It's great." And he hyped up the movie enough, and they all went to go check it out. And sure enough, he told me, like, hey, this movie's great. So I ended up watching the movie, and I really liked it. I liked it enough to actually recommend it to the group. And yeah, so let's. What are your thoughts on the movie?
So the movie itself, right? You
Yeah.
look at we regard high Rotten Tomatoes with sometimes a grain of salt, depending on it. Right? There's different critical views on it. As a fan of the movie, I thought it was good. Critically, it didn't do too well. But when I saw it in theaters, saw it by myself because my
you
wife
saw it in theaters?
I saw it in theaters, yeah, when it came out, and I liked it. I thought it was when every single time I would see the trailer,
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, it's another movie that's showing everything. It's gonna be bad, just
Yeah.
like they did with Black Adam, which wasn't that bad actually. But we'll get to
I
that.
still haven't seen that.
It's not too bad.
Mhm.
But this it actually was more than what the trailer showed. I don't realize why people didn't like it, critically speaking. But as a fan,
Oh, really?
I thought it was pretty good. Starting out with its tropes, luck, right? It's a big deal of it.
Yeah, that
Or
luck,
is it
bad
motif,
luck
really?
is a theme that
It's
goes throughout.
More of a motif, right? Let's say is what they're going for.
Motif? I
Mm.
I guess. I feel like motif is more of a visual thing.
Yeah,
right?
true. It might be.
I don't know.
Blue-
I might be
blue
getting
is a motif.
my literary themes or terms mixed up here.
Yeah.
But yeah, motif, theme, same but different.
Yeah, 50, 90.
But I think so. I saw the trailer for this like way back when. Saw the trailer for it, and I'm like, oh my god, Brad Pitt and other people, and it's like Murder on an Orient Express except modern day, and instead of a steam train, it is a bullet train, and I'm like, so this movie is just gonna be that.
That might be where they started it, and then somewhere along the way
Yeah.
they were just like, "Nah,
Maybe
I-
it's
it's gonna be action packed."
I've never seen Murder on the Orient Express, but I imagine there are similar elements of comedic banter. There must be similar elements of like crazy CGI, extravagant colors.
Maybe not the CGI.
Okay, less the
it's
CGI.
It's extremely watered down compared to how this movie is.
Okay.
I mean, like you said before, same but different.
Who directed
Yeah.
Who directed like Fast 8 or Fast 7?
I don't know. Fast
Fam-
7?
Family.
Family directed. I
don't
feel like
know.
is the director of that movie
Probably Justin Long, right?
Justin Lin.
Justin Lin, sorry. Justin Long's
me-
the actor.
Maybe it's a mixture of Justin Lin and like a J.J. Abrams.
Possibly.
put
I
this
don't think
together.
so.
Because there's a
Dude,
lot of
oh
lens,
my god, the
color.
the lens flare. There's
Yeah.
this one particular lens flare in this movie where the elder, the grandpa, he's like talking to Brad Pitt, and the grandpa is just like he's like against the silhouette of the sunlight.
Yeah,
And I'm just like, this is really annoying to watch. And like, I'm watching it, I'm like, I guess they try to make it artistic, but like, I'm just like, this is not fun to watch. Like, it's, sorry, you said J.J. Abrams, and I thought lens flare.
That's
and
what I was thinking. I thought,
yeah.
mostly because of the color scheme, very broad,
Okay, yeah.
broad and bright. You see a lot of fuchsia, blue, black.
Yeah, no,
very,
I love the colors.
Whoever
Yeah.
whoever directed this directed Deadpool.
Deadpool 2.
which
Yeah.
which
Deadpool
is the
2.
reason why I thought it was good. Deadpool 2 was a step down from Deadpool 1, but it's still good.
That's facts.
but still good.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Do you actually?
this-
Sorry,
What's
you,
up?
You go. You go.
So I was telling Aggie that I did my research, and by that I mean I looked up the wiki page, and the director, I forget his name. What's the name of the director? The director, he has an uncredited directing credit for John Wick 1.
Interesting.
Yeah, so he actually helped direct John Wick 1. And
That's where the color
and
comes from.
and I think it's just not just the color, but the combat, the action
Yeah.
sequences. The action sequences, they're not like, most of it is not the really annoying like quick take. You can't see what's happening. It's just like a fist contacting like a body, and then like you don't see. No, a lot of the action in this movie, it's framed nicely, and you can see what's going on. You can see like both characters in full frame for the most part.
Here,
I thought the action was really good.
Yeah, it was. Here answers your question. Directed Deadpool 2 Atomic Blonde.
Atomic Blonde.
There's where the color comes in, where the
Yes.
deep blue and dark.
Very bright, saturated.
He also
yeah.
likes his soundtracks.
Yeah, soundtracks are important.
Oh, by the way, yeah, I love the Japanese covers.
Yeah.
yeah.
The Japanese covers were really, really interesting. I
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
at
Staying
first
Alive.
realize
Mhm.
that it was a
Yeah.
cover until I listened to
wasn't
it.
the
And I'm like,
actual
wait a
BGs?
second, this is different.
So he also did Nobody with Bob Odenkirk, with actually not.
Okay,
we
that's
talk.
what it-
I think we talked about it once.
That's no. I remember we at your bachelor party. You put it on, and
Oh,
yeah, I made fun of it the entire time.
Yeah,
um,
it was just you and me, right? We were watching it.
Yeah, but no, the action sequences were impressive throughout, and it's clear that this guy knows how to do action. Like he can do combat very well.
He's going to produce the new movie with David Harbour, Violent Night, which looks like awesome.
But
Me and-
it's
Okay.
already out.
No,
Or
no,
not-
it comes
it's not
out-
out. It's not out, but it's
it-
done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It comes out on December 3rd or 2nd.
Mhm.
It's a movie about. It's pretty much just Die Hard,
Yeah.
But it's
actually a
Santa.
Christmas movie.
Oh.
There's no
silly.
dispute. It's just Santa but Die Hard
Santa
Yeah.
shows up to a house that's having a home invasion.
Oh, nice.
with
Yeah,
John
and
Leguizamo.
He decides to take out all these people because they're all on
Who?
his naughty list.
John Leguizamo,
I don't know. Who that-
Luigi from the Super Mario Brothers movie, the greatest movie ever made.
You act like I'm supposed to know that. You act like the Super Mario movie.
He plays Sid the Sloth. He also
Oh.
plays Bruno
From Encanto.
from
Okay.
Encanto.
All right.
He plays a lot of other things other than Luigi from Super Mario.
I did that as a joke. Sorry.
This is
How
his
about,
best role of
can
all
we-
time.
Actually,
Yeah.
revert back here. Aggie, do you want to just give the brief?
Oh, yeah, give us a synopsis.
Give us synopsis of
Yeah.
the movie. The
What's going
point,
on?
you know, what's going on?
So, God, what was the other dude's name? Carter, right? So this guy.
Yeah.
His name's Carter. He's the laziest assassin in the world. All right. And for some reason that day when there has to be like a routine pickup in Tokyo, this intelligence agency or something along those lines, he calls in sick because he has a stomach bug. They end up
We
sending.
don't even see Carter till like the end, though.
Yeah, but that's the
Yeah.
greatest. Like that's like the second best cameo in that movie. Like,
Oh my god.
let's be honest. And they end up getting this other guy named Ladybug, which happens to be Brad Pitt,
Yeah.
who's this guy, like I don't know what, mid to late 40s in this movie, I would say,
Yeah.
who's trying to change who he is as far as he's a field operative, and he's trying to reevaluate himself as a person.
Yeah.
So he's talking to his therapist, all this kind of stuff. He's been meditating.
Being a better you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
being a better you.
He wants to do his job, but he wants to be less violent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
way less violent. He doesn't want to really be an assassin, but
this-
he's an assassin.
and the movie itself,
Yeah.
right, doesn't do it justice for what he's trying to do. It doesn't help him.
Yeah.
Right. And so he ends up going on this train, and there's a whole slew of people that coincidentally happen to be on this train at the same time.
Yeah.
They're all looking for a specific thing, right? For
Right. They're all
the-
looking for a suitcase with a train sticker on it.
And as the movie goes on, like you realize they're all tangentially related in some way or fashion.
Right. There is one.
Tangerine.
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 Tangeringly.
The big bad guy brought everybody but one of the people, actually two of the people
Mhm.
there. I mean, indirectly he did bring everybody there, but all the operatives, all
Yeah.
the contractors that were present, he paid for all of them to be on that train, so that he could kill every single one of them, or that
Because-
they could kill each other.
Yeah, because that was the
I don't understand that.
So he had a plan. I think what was the plan at the end? It was he was trying to really
Exactly.
he wanted to completely get rid of
Yeah.
the father of
He was trying to get rid of Carter. He was trying to get
He
rid
was
of
trying to get
Viper.
Carter.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
trying to get Viper, and he was trying to get Wolf, and he was also trying to get Tangerine
And Lemon.
They all had some way or another affected his organization.
Oh yeah.
Because he had to
Yeah.
go to Bolivia.
You know what's crazy? Sorry, yeah. Go
So
ahead.
He had to go to Bolivia to deal with Tangerine and Lemon
Yeah.
killing his dudes in Bolivia. All right.
Right.
Because of that, when
He wasn't
when
there. Yeah.
when his son was got in trouble, his mother or his wife had to
Go bail him
go
out.
bail him out. When she walked out, Carter killed his wife.
Yeah.
Then the surgeon
Yeah.
who was supposed to heal or to take care of her
Yeah.
was murdered like a week before by Viper.
Yep.
So, and then really Wolf just kind of showed up. Actually, now that I think about it, Wolf
that
was
it
Wolf
was
was just there to
he was just
to,
looking
to fuck up Viper,
just-
but he had no idea what Viper looked like. So when he
Yeah.
walked onto, actually he did know what Viper looked like.
No, he didn't.
No,
I
he
think
didn't.
her name
He
was. I
only-
think her name was Hornet.
Was it
Hornet. That's what
Hornet,
it was.
That's what it was.
the only
Hornet.
person that the only person that he recognized was
Ladybug.
Ladybug.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what it was.
as the butler who got knocked him over and got wine on his
Exactly.
Yeah.
tuxedo.
But he had an envelope. This is the one part of the movie that I never understood. It was
Yeah.
that he had an envelope on him.
It
Okay.
had the
It
picture.
had a picture of Hornet in it.
But
Oh,
But
he
he
never
saw
opened it.
Ladybug and he was like, "It was you."
I don't. Yeah, that. I don't know how to explain that.
And
That
also, everybody was like, "Nobody knows what Hornet looks like."
maybe he was just really mad that his tuxedo got ruined.
Oh,
I'd be
That's what
pissed
it
too.
is.
It totally wasn't the fact that his wife
Yeah.
got pretty much
Yeah,
like
I know,
wanted him as revenge.
He was there
With
for
blood.
revenge,
Or
but he
organs
just happened to
Yeah.
run into the guy that ruined his $7,000 suit.
Mhm.
So
Right.
we
My-
talk
which-
about this movie had an ensemble cast. It had Brad Pitt. It had Aaron Taylor Johnson. It had Zazie Beetz. It had
It had
Brian
Zazie
Tyree
Beats
Henry.
for like a second.
yeah.
They
but
totally
still,
wasted her.
It had Bad Bunny, even though whatever. It's
Yeah.
just, I mean, he did a decent job for
Who's Bad Bunny?
Bad Bunny was the
Little Wolf.
the wolf.
Wolf.
Oh,
Yeah.
is he like
He's-
a music artist?
Yeah, he's
Ah,
huge,
all right.
Huge Latin
He's like-
American artist.
Did
He's
not
the
know
new
that.
he's the new Daddy Yankee.
He's like the biggest Latin American artist in the world right now.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Dude,
that.
when he
Okay.
when he stabs himself,
Yeah.
right? Because I mean, well, that's another concept that's in the movie. But when he stabs himself in the chest, like when
Yes.
he bounces the knife back,
Which
he's
is
like,
ridiculous, but yes.
He's like, "Oh, mi corazón." I was like,
what?
that was perfect because he got stabbed in the heart.
Yeah.
So he was like,
Oh,
corazón is heart in
Heart.
Spanish,
I see.
and he was like, "Oh, mi corazón." It was like so like fucking telenovela. Like I don't know if you guys never really,
No.
but
Yeah.
it was perfect, And
All right.
I was like, dude, that shot, like I loved it. It was so dramatic.
I really like the wolf though.
Yeah.
I feel like his character was badass,
Actually had a
and
legitimate like
he was the only person there with a real legitimate reason.
I kind of wish he lasted longer.
I got
Yeah,
fucked.
same with Zazie Beetz' character. Like, all of a sudden you see Zazie Beetz, I'm like, oh my god, that's Zazie Beetz. And then like 2 seconds later, she's like, oh, she's dead.
Yeah.
She,
spoiler.
Bitch.
she got. Yeah, I was gonna say, bitch. She basically was like that Rick and Morty
Yeah.
episode.
With
You took my snake, bitch.
Yeah.
Dude, I fucking love her, bro.
I like the fact that
Yeah.
encounter of how he killed her. How he's like, all right, he had a split second to
Yeah.
save himself by taking the
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
because
that was
he
genius
injected
move.
her with a venom,
Yeah,
and they had this one thing, and then how did he get it? He quickly got it from her and injected
no,
himself.
because
No,
he
he
was
grabbed her- he grabbed
was
her hand.
waiting.
Yeah.
He was waiting for her to grab the antidote.
He grabbed her hand
Right?
and just stabbed it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Or stabbed into his neck.
Yep.
And she's like, "Ugh." And then he was like, "Why don't you bring a second one?"
Because he didn't want her to die too. He was just like,
yeah, because he's trying to be
Yeah.
a better you, or
He's
he's
trying
trying
to
to,
Yeah, better him.
Better him. That's what
Be a
it
better
is.
me.
All right.
Be a better person.
I am
Yeah.
Ladybug.
Hey,
Be
what I wanted to say earlier was so Michael Shannon's character,
I
the
loved
white
it.
the white I love him, yeah.
White Death.
Yeah, he's great in everything he does.
Carter,
That
I wanted the Carter.
No, so like so you were saying how like all this shit happened to make it so that his wife died, right?
Yeah.
But fucking Carter, was it his contract to kill his wife?
Carter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
So like if none of that had happened, Carter would have still killed the wife. Right?
if Hornet didn't kill the surgeon,
Because
probably would have saved
Yeah.
the wife.
Wouldn't Carter just have killed her?
again,
Like-
Killed the surgeon,
No, wouldn't. Yeah, well,
or
I
her?
think it was
Probably.
I think they mentioned that
No,
it was a
'cause she
so
would've
like
just gone
non-fatal.
back into
Carter's
hiding.
supposed to be this like badass assassin he's lazy, but he's like a very effective assassin, right?
right,
Why doesn't he finish
because he's not Deadpool.
He
That's
isn't
not a
easy.
good in-universe answer. I'm asking for an in-universe answer that makes sense within the fucking movie, and you're giving me bullshit answers. No. All right.
He's got a
So-
point though.
All right, so the whole reason why
No, he doesn't.
The whole
no, he
reason-
doesn't.
No, all right, so the whole reason why they
So, like-
they couldn't touch
Imagine none of this shit happened. Imagine like everything went
I'm
according
sorry,
to plan.
Carter's
Carter would have
contract-
still murdered his target. He still would have carried out his contract.
yeah, but he
No?
wouldn't have killed White Death if none of this other shit happened. He would have killed. I'm sorry, he wouldn't have killed White Death's wife. He would have killed White Death because his
Ah.
contract was to kill White Death. He accidentally killed his wife instead.
Does he not check? Like he's really that lazy?
Yeah.
So he's not a good assassin.
No.
Um anyway, yeah, that whole concept of various probability events happening to so that like one thing would happen, that reminded me of Riders of Justice.
Oh yeah.
Because in Riders of Justice, he makes a big deal of like, oh, if this hadn't happened, and if that hadn't happened, and if this girl hadn't had her bike stolen, like in the beginning of like that kind of played into that a bit. It reminded me of that. It also obviously the father at the Riders of Justice, he learns that you should let go, and like sometimes things just happen. Obviously, Michael Shannon's character in this movie does not let go. He is a brutal warlord, crime lord, what have you. I just found that interesting, that connection, considering we watched that movie like a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
I love how every character has they give you a background of them before they introduce them, or after or during their introductions, or they introduce them
Yeah,
before or after you see them.
It's I think they make it like, so for me, like I don't know, it's just kind of like got repetitive. Like, oh, there's a new character, and then there's like a cool like logo of their name and like in slow mo,
And an intro.
and then like an intro into their past, and I'm like, first like 2 times that was like interesting, and then I'm like, oh, they're gonna do this for every character, and I'm just like, oh,
They didn't do it
okay.
for Princess.
I think the only time I really liked that is when it happened to the water bottle.
Oh yeah, the water bottle.
Water bottle. I was going to
Yeah.
mention that.
That's
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
that's why they did it,
Okay,
because they knew that you were getting tired of those intros,
yeah.
so they threw the water bottle
Yeah.
at you.
I
I love the water bottle. The
The
most
water
effective
bottle
weapon.
is was the most effective weapon in the
Yeah.
entire movie
So
by far.
this movie, you said that it was like similar to or reminded you of the Orient Express.
yes.
So kind of.
Not the action.
I
but-
would
Yeah.
say this movie reminds me of many movies,
So-
to the point where I'd call this movie derivative. But continue your point.
Are
Have
you
you guys-
saying that
have you-
movies these days aren't derivative from other
Yeah.
ones?
No, but
Have you-
this one is egregious, and I'll get to it. But
Have you guys seen Smoking Aces?
yes,
Okay.
It's like yes, okay.
It's like
go with that.
smoking aces on a train.
Yeah,
yes,
that's true.
it's Smoking Aces. on a
Ironically,
Train.
showing one specific character from Smoking Ace that's also in this movie.
It's
Mhm.
Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels on a train. It's Snatch on a
Snatch
train. It's all these
Anything-
movies on a train.
Anything Guy Ritchie on a train.
It's Guy Ritchie on a train, but
Yeah.
without the finesse of Guy Ritchie. Yeah, this movie tried so hard to be funny. I don't know. I just didn't think it was funny. Like I just didn't.
I think
I'm watching this and I'm like, okay, I guess I would find this funny if I was like 14, but
I think the biggest part of
Yeah.
the funny came from Brad Pitt.
Brad
And it's
Pitt is always
mostly
good in everything he does.
Was Brad Pitt eating something this movie? Did he eat something this movie? I can't remember.
Yeah, he did. He was eating wasabi nuts.
Okay,
Yeah,
there we
He
go.
did eat
Yeah.
wasabi nuts.
Wasabi.
He's always like cool guy obnoxiously eating food.
I do enjoy that about Brad Pitt. The acting is so good. The acting's amazing in this movie.
Yeah.
Nobody's bad. Everybody's really good. I liked Tangerine and Lemon. I love their rapport. Their rapport got a little bit annoying at certain times, but I just chalked that up to the poor writing. But like the delivery, their chemistry is so good. And Brad Pitt, like he's really good in everything he does. And it's not, you would think that you would watch it and be like, oh, that's Brad Pitt. But no, he is a chameleon. He's not Tom Cruise, where like you see him and he's like, oh, that's Tom Cruise. But he can actually play a character, which I always appreciate about Brad Pitt.
He was great in True Romance. And that was like
Oh,
his
yeah.
first
I
credited
yeah, I
movie
forgot he was
where
in,
he
like,
had nothing
True
in it.
Romance.
Some stoner on a couch.
Yeah, that's it.
Um,
Who would known that he would have outlived what's his name from?
I saw True Romance the other day.
I wasn't
Who's the lead of True Romance? What's his name? Christian Slater.
Christian
Yeah.
Slater.
Yeah,
Who knew he would.
I was
outlive
about to
him.
say Christopher Walken. I'm like, wait, no, he's
No.
the villain.
Yeah, he is the villain.
He was only in one scene
Christopher Walken?
in that entire movie. He was
Oh
only
yeah,
in the
that's true.
Sicilian scene.
That's true. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Which is, by the way,
Yeah.
one of my
The
favorite scenes of all
flashback
time.
scene.
really,
right?
really good scene.
the flashback scene, right?
No.
No,
Was it
no.
with the
Christopher-
gun in his
it's when
face?
No,
Christopher
he was
Walken-
interrogating Martin Sheen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sorry, yes, you're right.
Was it Martin Sheen?
I don't
No.
think no Martin Sheen was in that movie.
No, it wasn't Martin Sheen.
No, it was-
I can't remember who played
fuck.
his dad.
Nah, yeah, it was somebody.
You don't remember that scene, bro?
No, I remember the scene.
He was really
I remember
only in
it.
the
I
was
scene.
can't say some of the things that were said in
You're-
that scene.
Yeah, you don't.
You're part eggplant.
Yeah.
You're a
Ooh.
Ooh.
Cantaloupe. Cantaloupe.
yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's what he.
You're a cantaloupe,
And you're
and they shared a larf.
yeah.
Well, anywho,
And then he died.
So this movie, like,
Yeah.
I agree. Like, there's parts of it are like, it's not really not as funny as they want it to be, but it makes up for it in the action, makes sure in the color, in the acting, like you say. I personally, like I said before,
Yeah.
personally, I don't understand why. I mean, I guess other people, I should be able to understand at this point
Here's the thing.
why
like,
no one liked it as much.
at the end of the day, like you got to make the viewer care, right? And like I just didn't care about what would happen. I just didn't care at all. I'm like, I don't know. That's I think that's part of the reason why I didn't like enjoy it as much as I thought I would. I saw the trailer. I thought the trailers were really interesting. Then again, I did think the trailer for Man of Steel was really good too, and that movie turned out to be very mediocre. But like I just didn't care at all. I enjoyed the scene by scene interactions of the characters, but the overarching story, like the quote unquote mystery, like the thing that'll tie it all together, I didn't give a shit about any of that. I don't know why. I just didn't care. And I was just like, again, like it's really frustrating for me because like I was telling Aggy, like when I watch movies, I lock in. Like I ignore everything else on planet Earth and I fucking lock in. And like when I give a movie that full attention and like it doesn't care about its story, then like I also am like, why do I care about this?
So I didn't have that opinion of the movie because
Yeah.
I was trying to. I watched the movie as if I put myself in the shoes of the protagonist,
yeah,
and I just wanted to get off that train.
okay.
So
Yeah, but the
Brad
movie
Pitt-
the
Brad Pitt
movie
did-
doesn't want to get off the train.
But the movie.
The
may
movie
not.
loves being on the train.
Right, but Brad Pitt doesn't.
Yeah.
And so I was rooting for Brad Pitt to just get off the train. He finally does.
No, I was rooting for Brad Pitt to continue to be on the train, to continue to be a funny Brad Pitt. I didn't want him to leave because then once he leaves, the movie's over. Because that's all the movie has,
Right.
right? The movie only has the train and the hijinks that go along in this train. And in order for us to care, I think I don't know. So like I read on the wiki that this movie was originally supposed to be a serious movie. Like straight up serious, like no laughs, like a fucking real drama, like gritty fucking like mystery gangster movie with like Japanese like gangsters, triads, yakuza, the whole 9 yards. And it was supposed to be like this crazy revenge. And then like somewhere along the way, somebody in Hollywood was like, "Let's make it funny." And then I think I kind of want to wish I wish that other movie might have happened. I don't know.
I feel like that'd be too John Wick.
Um,
John Wick had its
but here's
funny
the thing:
parts, too, though.
John Wick, it was a serious movie with funny moments,
Mhm.
and I think that served it really well. And you know, John Wick is not a drab movie; it's a very colorful movie, and it also has like really cool like intro, like not intro, really cool like subtitle things going on. The subtitles of the Russians are like in special font, little details like that that make it like a little bit tongue in cheek. But like the underlying soul of John Wick is this is a man on a rager, and he is on a justified rager, and that's the soul that carries the movie. That makes you fucking care about John Wick. Whereas this movie, like, I don't care about Brad Pitt. He seems happy-go-lucky. He says he's unlucky, right? But as a movie watcher watching this movie, you know that there's nothing bad that's gonna happen to this guy. Like he's
Yeah.
gonna be fine.
Even though like
Yeah.
his kryptonite is just luck in general, right?
Yeah.
His luck is his bad luck is his good luck. That's
So-
the
Yeah.
thing they're going with, right? That's something that they also kind of died down on too.
Mhm.
Where yeah, everything bad happened to him, but it also worked out in his favor for some reason.
Yep.
But it's also something they kind of like dropped like
Mhm.
at the end mostly.
Yeah.
Like we didn't mention Joey King's character too, by the way. We didn't do this with Joey
What else
King's
is she in? I don't know what.
Princess. That was the movie on Netflix.
Kissing Booth.
Yeah, that.
Oh, I've this is literally the first time I've seen her. She was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also the son, the Japanese. Okay, the Japanese
I-
son, whose
Father?
son or the
Can't
father,
stand.
because there's the grandfather, the father's,
Yeah,
the son of the
elder,
grandfather,
and then the father.
Yeah.
the elder, the
I-
father, and then the son.
There, when that guy, when the father like speaks English, and like curses in English, and I'm like, you would not curse in English. Like that immediately took me out, cause like, why would he curse in English? He's a fluent Japanese. He speaks fluent Japanese. His English is like conversational, right? So if you're in an emotional situation to the point where like you're swearing, you would swear in Japanese, would you not? Like that's what normal people. I don't know. I saw that and like it immediately took me away from the movie. Like him cursing in English, like it immediately took me away. I don't know why they did that. And also, I don't like it when they speak English. They're just not. I don't know. It really takes me out when they speak English. When they choose to speak English, I kind of wish they just.
Made them singular, like no, not bilingual, just singular language.
So, have you seen
and then-
Snowpiercer?
Yeah.
yeah,
You know how like in Snowpiercer, like
they had a translator, and then they all
and
spoke.
and he speaks Korean, and you have Korean subtitles, and like, why couldn't they have just done that? Like, they have Japanese characters in this movie speaking Japanese, and
Would it
there's
be less?
subtitles.
It would be better for you if it would in a funny aspect where, like in
Does it
in
not
the
take
Ocean's
you out?
movies.
Did it not take you out of the movie when you heard these people like speak English? Like,
Were they? So, and here's another question. So now that
Not
we're on the
really.
language thing,
yeah,
when he, so and this is why I asked the question.
yeah,
When Brad Pitt orders that sparkling water,
uh-huh.
she gives him the sparkling water, but he orders it in English, right?
Yeah.
She responds in Japanese as
Yeah.
if there's nothing happening there. What are the chances that
That happens all the time.
right, but like IRL?
Yes. Yes.
Really?
It does happen. Yeah, it happens because she understands English, right? And but she knows that he doesn't need to understand her. So, yeah.
I was
when,
gonna
when,
mention
when I used to live back home in Delaware, I had Korean friends from Korea, and I would speak in English and they would speak in Korean, and that's how we'd communicate because I can understand Korean really well. Speaking it, I'm not very good. So I would speak to my Korean friends in English, and they would understand because everybody understands English.
But it's different.
That's
You
literally
grew
the
up in
same
a
dynamic.
you grew up in a Korean household.
Yeah, but the same dynamic is happening when Brad Pitt orders the drink in English.
She didn't grow up in an English household. She grew up in Japan.
Then how does
you
that
think the
scene make
average person-
sense?
the
How does
average
that scene
person-
make sense then?
You think the average person? Yeah,
I
oh,
think what you're saying is
I
that
think-
you'd prefer that they do something in the Ocean's movie where they had that one guy Yen who he always spoke. I'm pretty sure he's Chinese. He spoke
Yeah.
Chinese the entire time, but everybody understood him.
Yes,
And that would have been funnier and something more understandable.
I completely agree. That's not where my brain was going, but when you said it, I immediately agreed with you.
so
Thank you.
Yeah,
and the way Metal Gear Solid 3 did it, and this
Sons
is
of Liberty.
is it 3. No, 3 is the one where they with Solid Snake.
They all four. Wait,
It's the one where he went to Russia and he fights Ocelot. He
I don't know. I've only played 1 and 4, so
okay, that's 3.
Yeah.
He's the way that, so the entire movie, everybody in the entire movie,
Yeah.
even the Russians speak English. Okay,
Yeah.
or not a movie, video game. But when Ocelot approaches Snake, he's
Mhm.
like, "Hey, you know, your Russian's actually pretty good."
Hmm.
So the entire movie, they're actually speaking Russian, or the entire video game, they're speaking Russian.
We're just hearing it in.
They do that in a
We're-
lot of movies too.
right.
Yeah.
So I feel like
Got
they
the
were
Stalin.
they were actually just
Yeah.
speaking Japanese the entire movie because they're from fucking Japan, you know. And it
Yeah.
even like there was only one person in that movie that I could say, "Oh, that's a tourist," and that's Channing Tatum,
Oh yeah.
Oh, the
the
Channing
gay
Tatum.
cameo.
I liked the
Like,
Channing
like-
Tatum.
Is this
Uh,
butt stuff?
I like the
sex stuff?
Channing Tatum. The other two cameos I wasn't a big fan of because like Ryan Reynolds shows up and what does he do?
Yeah.
He just shows up to
Give a
show
fucking
his
pose.
face, right? He doesn't do anything. And Sandra Bullock, she shows up with like a pound of makeup on.
But
and
you
I'm
just know,
like,
you already knew she was there though.
I know, but like, why does I don't know. I saw her. I'm like, okay.
I stopped liking Sandra Bullock after The Blind Side.
Yeah, she got her Oscar and she got out. Pretty much.
Just
I remember liking Gravity. I thought Gravity was decent.
Gravity was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was okay, personally.
I saw it in IMAX and it was pretty cool in IMAX. I think I saw it in 3D as well.
I was one of the people who like saw it after knowing that they mess up a bunch of like, actual like
science stuff.
science stuff.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Yeah.
But I mean, it's a movie, whatever.
Yeah.
Like if you go to a movie to learn your idea about science and space,
yeah.
you should go just
Well,
fuck you.
I think some movies like more so than others. Like it depends on the movie.
Sorry, if you go to a movie like that,
yeah.
like unless it's a movie that's like a straight up documentary film that they're putting in theaters, just go
Yeah.
have fun with it. Go do whatever you want with the physics.
I again, like I think it's because you can make the argument that like the gravity is like intended to be serious and therefore like it should have had more sound science. You could make that argument, which is a fair argument, very fair, with very fair criticisms. I don't know. Every movie can pull it off in one way or another.
Was that the last like George Clooney like serious movie that he's done? 'Cause he did God, Hail Caesar. No, he did Hail Caesar after that.
he's coming out.
Coen
He's
brothers
coming
movie.
out with a new one. He just
Yeah.
came out with one. It's in
Julia Roberts.
Yeah.
What is it?
Julia Roberts? Yeah.
I don't know, but I think it's a rom com, and I don't plan on
Oh,
seeing it. I
okay.
don't like Julia Roberts
You will see
or
it and you will like
Big
it.
Lips.
It's not the first movie they played together, and they've done like multiple.
Multiple.
Up in the Air, they did together. I'm pretty sure.
Julia
Ocean-
Roberts
the
was
Ocean's
in
movies.
Up in the Air.
I think so.
I didn't know that.
Is it Julia?
I thought it was Anna Kendrick.
Oh, I'm thinking of The American.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about
Yeah.
that.
You're right. It is Anna Kendrick in that one.
Bullet
Oh,
Train.
Vera Farmiga is the love interest in that one.
Oh yeah, yeah. Back to Bullet Train. The I wanna talk about Thomas the Tank Engine, and I wanna get your guys' opinion on that running joke, because that joke, it ran as long as
The
that
movie.
Bullet Train.
Yeah.
Like
The whole
it ran for a
yeah.
while. I think
You're the Diesel.
And you learn everything you need to know about a person from Thomas the Tank Engine.
that's a really awful, really awful British accent. It's not like I could do one, but I felt the Thomas the Tank Engine bit. I think it hit about 65% of the time, I'd say. For me personally, because after a certain while, it just starts to get too cheeky. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole thing starts to feel too cute, and like it's almost as if the writers are like chuckling at how clever they are.
The whole thing is they just wanted that one scene where Lemon finds the fucking sticker.
Oh,
That's it. They built from there.
yeah.
They're like, how can we do this? And they're like, I don't know, just and like they went to like a bunch of like kids places where you can buy a bunch of stickers, and one of them had a Thomas the Tank Engine one.
Mm.
And they're like, yo, you grew up watching Thomas the Tank Engine, you know?
Is Thomas the Tank Engine an
You bring your
English
stickers? Of
show?
course I brought my fucking stickers.
Is Thomas the Tank Engine an English show or an American-based show?
I always thought it was.
I have no fucking clue.
I always thought it was American.
Me too. I could, but I actually
Yeah.
have. Isn't there like no dialogue in this show?
Thomas the Tank Engine.
There's
they
definitely
There's
talk.
definitely dialogue.
Okay,
dude.
sorry.
That's why
I-
they gave them faces.
Yeah.
It's been so long. All right. I know JJ the Jet Plane was even creepier.
Yeah, that's
I try not to talk about that one.
Yeah,
Pretty sure
we'll
that
do
one
that
was
here.
British.
I can't with that movie. There's gonna be a Thomas Tank Engine animated movie one day.
Oh god,
You
no.
best believe it. It's happening.
I hope it's like the Major Payne version of it, where like he infiltrates the train and kills the conductor or like the engineer or some shit.
Oh, what the fuck?
It's gonna, but it's gonna star Brad Pitt
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
inside it, killing a bunch of assassins, of course.
yeah.
I think I'd only see it if Thomas's face is like super realistic compared to like the
Like,
train
oh my
body.
God.
Hyper realistic.
That's so creepy. That's
got abs.
nightmare fuel.
He has abs, shining, glistening abs. Isn't that true? Like
It's
the
a new Demon Slayer movie.
Oh my god.
I can move my organs around.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, that is true. Like the whole the whole train thing is very strange, and how that's crazy. How specific it is of your personality to be on a train for this specific movie. Also,
What do you mean by
meaning
that?
like he's so big into trains,
Oh yeah.
he's
yeah,
on
yeah,
a train.
Yeah, yeah.
which is also looks like it'd be lazy writing as well. They could have done anything else.
Uh,
I feel like,
maybe,
Could have
I
done
don't
like
know.
Bob the Builder.
hey, or like freaking
Yeah.
the Muppets or something.
Teletubbies.
Teletubbies.
Holy shit! I just realized something.
What?
You're trying to you're saying that like this is an amalgamation of movies, right?
I
Or
think I
concepts,
already
guess.
said that.
Right,
Yeah.
Right. So this is Snakes on a Train, bro.
There is also.
I'm just gonna throw one into the
there's
pot.
Literally a snake. on a
Literally,
train.
literally one.
No, I really like that. So what I really
I think that might
enjoyed
be
about this
exactly
movie,
what they're going for.
there are a lot of great Chekhov's guns in this movie. Do you guys know what I mean by that?
No.
I don't understand the concept.
So a Chekhov's gun. Chekhov is Anton Chekhov. He's like this Russian playwright. Basically, he said that if you show a gun in Act 1, it must go off in Act 2 or Act 3, something like that. Basically, a Chekhov's gun is a thing that is shown to the audience, and the audience knows that some shit's gonna happen with this thing that was just shown to us, which is,
Oh, it's not.
snake.
It's not specific to guns. It's in general.
Oh
these-
no, yeah, no, it's a
these
a
items.
narrative tool. Yeah, it's a literary term.
They showed the little
Chekhov's gun.
powder, and you knew the powder was going to be.
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah. They
showed
show
the water
so many
bottle.
things, and you're
Yeah.
like, something's gonna happen with that. And
Yeah.
like, they show the snake, and like, something's gonna happen with that. And they show she puts the bomb in the gun, and,
Yep.
and something's gonna happen with that. You don't know how,
case, you
but
know.
like it's a lot of setup and a lot of setup, which is very fun to watch.
Right.
Mhm.
I had a good time, you know, anticipating. There's a lot of
Mm.
anticipation going on with all these little Chekhov's guns.
Gun blows up the dude's brain. You're like, ah, I saw that coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Because it creates that moment where, like, you know, when he picks up the gun, like, oh my God, it's coming. And then you have the anticipation, you know, the payoff. Very enjoyable. I like that. I like that part.
oh, yeah, at the end with the white, yeah.
Yeah.
So, what's Ladybug's kill count in this movie?
Oh, jeez.
I stopped counting, dude.
Really?
I don't think he kills that many people.
He kills one person in the entire movie.
I don't think he kills
Yeah.
that many people. He
kills one person in the whole movie. That's the
let me think. Before you say it, let me think. So he doesn't kill our Mexican pop star.
Nope, he
Nope.
kills himself.
He doesn't
doesn't
kill
Hornet.
Quicksilver.
Well, debatable.
He
Oh, you know what? Hornet. He does kill Hornet.
Yeah, I say he does.
No, he
kill
doesn't.
He stabs him.
Hornet.
he does
Oh.
kill
Yep.
Hornet.
So
yeah.
I guess there's two. We'll say two. From
Who else does he? Oh, does he kick one of the dudes out?
Nope.
No.
But it is in that scene that you're thinking of.
What does he do? It's one of the goons. He kills one of the goons.
Yeah, he
I'm
he
pretty
just
sure.
kills some random jobber with a knife.
Yeah.
But he used Wolf's knife.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
He tosses it.
Yeah.
He tosses it. Yeah.
But it wasn't intentional though, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? You could
It
say
wasn't
you
it.
could say that he by stopping the train, he killed like 3 dudes on top of the train.
Eh,
Yeah.
those guys were on top of the train. They were gonna die anyway.
You know what that
Their
reminded
fates
me
were sealed.
a scene from The Wolverine, the Japanese one. Remember?
Isn't
he
there
was-
only one Wolverine?
The Wolverine? There's
There's
The Wolverine where it's based in Japan.
Yeah.
Um,
Is there a Japanese version of
what I mean, sorry,
the Wolverine?
I thought nobody would really recognize me mentioning the Wolverine.
Yeah.
They would just assume that I'm just
I've,
like
I've
thinking
seen
of
the
all
Wolverine. It's
Okay,
awful.
okay, But there's a scene where he's fighting
Yeah.
the Yakuza on the train, right? And he's like,
Yeah.
he like uses claws and he tries to, he's like jumping over the things and he
Yeah.
takes that dude out and goes,
Yeah.
and the guy's like, oh, gets
Yeah.
This is that.
None of them had claws. They were fucked.
Yeah. they had not katanas that definitely wouldn't be able to cut through the metal of another train, but maybe they would. I don't think they would. Not
Yeah.
steel. Steel on steel.
So when I first saw this trailer, I thought it was a Netflix movie.
Yeah.
Like I said, when I first saw this trailer,
Yeah.
I was dreading watching it.
Oh, really?
And it wasn't until like a week or two before it came. I was
I-
like, I gotta see this now.
I kind of assumed that it would like
because of
be
Brad Pitt.
somewhat mediocre. No, it's not just because of Brad Pitt. I assumed that way because like it was like, oh, another train movie. Because like I this is like after Murder on the Orient Express, and that movie was like fairly lackluster. I've never seen it, but like the reviews were lackluster. And then like this came on, I'm like, oh, it's instead of an Agatha Christie train movie, this is a John Wick style train movie with guns.
David Leitch
Yes, David Leitch, that's the guy.
or Leitch or
But I think I went into this movie with fairly low expectations, and it impressed me more than I thought it would.
that's
It
exactly
impressed me more than I thought it would.
That's exactly what I said to you guys when I saw it a long
Yeah.
time ago, where I mentioned I saw it, and
Yeah.
obviously I understand you wouldn't remember, but I said that this movie exceeded my expectations, which made me like it.
Yeah.
If I go in with like very low expectations, which I did, I was like
Mhm.
gritting my teeth, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be fucking dog shit. It wasn't dog shit. It wasn't dog shit. It was.
Yeah.
It was more like an oversalted like meal. We're like, I'm enjoying this.
Yeah.
It's a little, not my.
I
taste right
wouldn't call it a meal. I'd say this is like a really good bag of potato chips.
now. Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Or it's like
like fun to munch on. Like there's not a lot of substance, but you're enjoying yourself. Like
it's
yeah.
It's gonna be
it's
a great,
store brand soda.
You're going through the TV. You're going through your cable listings, and you're
Yeah.
like you don't know what to watch, and you see FX is playing this movie, and you're like, you know what? Oh,
Let's just stay here.
That you remember when FX would do the movies? I don't know if you watched it. FX would on the channel do movies, and then in between they'd talk about the movie, the behind the scenes stuff.
yeah.
This is exactly an FX movie, 100%.
What a crazy era, like
I miss
where
it. I miss it.
like you
I always wanted Hellboy.
yeah.
Hellboy 2 was my favorite one.
It was interesting where like the TV would give you things, but today like we go to the TV and we take things from it. Like we choose what to watch, we choose what to stream instead of us like just being thankful for what's given to us from the
Right.
TV. Like it's a
your
strange
parents paying
relationship.
And here I am strategizing what I'm going to watch for the week.
And you know what? I think that I think there are better movies coming out these days.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I think so.
You know what
Um,
what COVID did for us? What it took away from us was movies for 2 years.
Yeah.
But what it gave us is people for taking their time writing things.
Yes. Yes.
You know?
What? I agree and disagree at the same time.
Mm.
I think there's a lot of good movies that are coming out, but I think there's still tons of bad movies getting
yeah.
churned out because I think Netflix,
That is true.
they churn out so many bad movies. And
Netflix machine.
what's there's a movie that
Net-
came out I think last year that got a lot of hype on Netflix. The Devil All the Time. I think.
with Spider-Man?
With Spider-Man?
Yeah, with Tom Holland and
Yeah.
Robert
I haven't
Pattinson,
seen
Sebastian
it.
Stan, and a couple other big name actors.
There's a lot of big names in there.
Jessica Chastain is in it,
I think so.
Pretty big names.
Relatively, yeah.
Yeah, not a great movie. You'd think it would be something quality, but
So,
'Cause
I don't know. I don't know how it relates. but
Yeah.
It kind of feels like this movie was a breath of fresh air because they're not trying to push anything like a political
Yeah,
thing to you, which seems to be a common theme in movies coming out now.
actually,
I
it's
I
true.
think-
Barbarian was kind of pushing some.
Oh, we gotta
Some,
we
like,
gotta,
woke-
Politics?
No,
There's
no,
nothing
no,
political about
No.
Barbarian.
I don't think he meant like only to political. I think it's talking about woke
Oh.
stuff.
Is that what you're talking about?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
I think he's just generalizing like.
Well, here's the
when you're
thing.
being politically correct, you're not meaning political.
Here's the
I
thing.
think
I don't
in
think
generally.
like so it's really weird how woke has a negative connotation now.
I don't really.
Because
I
it's
was-
you,
over,
you
I
can't
was just trying to
overbearing.
just
Nobody-
use that word to
like,
generalize.
in
know, the
November in
concept.
November 2022, you can't say the word woke without either being ironic or without being like without a hint of resentment in your voice when you say it.
Okay.
So like, which is crazy, which is insane because like black people have been saying woke for like decades.
Yep.
And like it used to mean something like, you know, being socially intelligent, being like socially aware. But
Now they use it as a derogatory sense of somebody being a douche.
No,
and now-
not necessarily being a douche.
and now people use it to I guess make fun of or to undermine I guess messages that they perceive to be quote unquote politically correct or like it's I don't know. I think it's really stupid.
Eh.
I think
I
There's-
use the term. I use woke because I couldn't think of a different way to explain it.
yeah, no, I'm not like harping on how you used it. I'm just saying like it's use today. Like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
use today. If you see the word woke, like no one's saying woke in a
good-
serious manner.
Yeah.
No one's saying woke as like a positive thing because it used to be. It used like you would want to
Boomers
be
are,
woke.
'cause they-
Stay woke.
boomers are.
What? What about what boomers? What?
If all right, so those people will still use the older lingo, and you'll
Boomers don't say woke.
I swear to God, yeah, they do. My
Boom-
dad, it's fucking cringe, but like,
Bill Maher said it on his podcast I was listening
Well,
to.
yeah, he says it now in 2020, but no one said like everyone says woke now, right?
Mhm.
But I don't know. It's hard to find the use of the word woke in a positive light anymore because so many people have twisted it and made it into like it has a negative connotation now, which is crazy. And you know, the same thing happened with the term social justice. And it got flipped on its head to be called social justice warriors to make fun of people who care about social justice, which is an important thing.
True. Yeah. People will say it as a negative thing to them.
Yeah, and like
Take
you-
away what
and,
they're
and
working
you literally can't say social justice with a straight face anymore. Like you just can't.
Very true.
Um,
But I'm gonna agree with Aggie here on
Yeah.
the fact that it's a breath of fresh air in a way of it's different from what movies are trying to go for, and they're just
Yeah.
doing action, just action.
I hear what you're saying, but I don't think it's a breath of fresh air because I think there are plenty of movies that already do that. John Wick does that. John Wick's been doing that. There's gonna be a fifth John Wick, fourth John Wick movie.
Fourth and final.
I'm pretty sure Fast and
I hope
Furious has nothing political about it. Fast and Furious is
don't
a
even
is
watch
straight
Fast
up
and Furious
action
for the
movie.
cars
I think unless you're against families.
So it is the most American,
Yeah.
like values movie out there. It's about family.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, Italian value.
Yeah. Even though I have no mother, I always talk about my dad, but never my mother. I'm Vin Diesel.
Oh man, you kind of sound like Rosario. Is that your Rosario?
That
voice?
was Rosario.
That's your Rosario voice.
Yeah,
You're
I
the-
can't. Can I do? I'm trying to Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel. Triple X.
No, I don't think it's a breath of fresh air because there's so many movies that don't have politics associated with it, and like
Yeah,
I'd say there were less.
we'll see for the movie I picked this next week.
I'd say there were less movies coming
Yeah.
out now.
I think there are more movies that are woke,
Yeah.
and I think that's a good thing.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Movies are really supposed to represent for entertainment, and also, well, there's different types. There's one
Well,
for
here's the
entertainment.
thing-
There's one
yeah.
for transcribing, people's wishes and their views.
Yeah.
Right. There's movies are made for many different reasons, of course. I mean, mostly for entertainment, of course.
And I think like it's exactly what you just said. It reflects society. Like society is changing. People are like becoming more aware of things. So like the movies, likewise, are starting to reflect a more aware approach to like society.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're right. This movie, zero political message, zero social message. I think there is a small mental health message in there somewhere, mostly in Brad Pitt's character. And actually, no, I don't think it's a big part of his character. I'd say it's a fairly large message. I wouldn't call it a message, more of a feature. It's a Brad Pitt character feature to positively mention therapy. But here's, I mean, they also kind of like play on that joke of like, where you offer therapy as a funny solution to a crazy situation. And what I'm referring to is when he tells Michael Shannon's character to get therapy. Obviously that's a joke, and like but yeah. I'd say for the most part therapy is they really like the idea of therapy. But at the same time, this movie doesn't take it seriously. Brad Pitt's character is a joke. His love of therapy is played for a joke. But I mean, it's there. It's better than not being there, I guess.
Yeah.
His therapist is named Barry, and obviously the HBO Max show
Oh yeah.
Barry about the assassin that doesn't want to kill people
Do you think
Oh.
that
ends up killing people. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Hey,
that makes sense?
I thought that was funny.
Aggie,
It'd be funny if it was played by
Yeah.
Bill Hader.
you mentioned that there are like little bits or little details that whether I picked up on, like what are some examples of those little details? Like what
I
are you
was
talking
wondering if you were able to pick up, like, just how many people like Ladybug actually directly killed.
about? Oh, okay.
that was
We covered that, yeah.
They talked about. So I didn't look too much into it, but you
Yeah.
might have, like the like Japanese mythos of like the ladybug,
Okay.
and like the 7 spots on its back, each one representing a different.
Oh yeah, the elder talked about that.
Yeah, he kind of touched upon it,
Yeah.
but there's actually a lot that goes into it, and
Huh.
like each spot actually represents something different, which has a direct correlation
Oh.
to each of the characters.
Okay.
Not water bottle.
It's kind of like
But-
the 7 deadly sins. Like they're all different, I guess.
Water Bottle is
Huh.
a character on its own. It has a mind of its own.
The water bottle scene kind of reminded me of the whimsiness of Everything Everywhere.
It was supposed to be. I think that was supposed to be comedy, towards what.
Oh, for sure.
No,
Yeah.
but because you were saying people were getting tired of all these intros, right?
Yeah.
And you would have thought, and it's like, oh, you thought that we were done.
Talking about,
Yeah.
talking about everything the water
Yeah.
bottle did to get in that position.
So yeah, you're absolutely right. The movie knows exactly what it's doing. And
It was snakes on a train, man.
self-awareness does 100% get you points, I think. And this movie is self-aware. And I won't knock that from the
For that, we thank you.
Those are bonus points for me.
movie.
Well, what else is there to say?
I don't know. Well,
So the thing is that the movie didn't play off the fact that it was self-aware, but we all know it is, right?
yeah.
So
It
they
did
didn't-
play off the fact in the water bottle scene.
Okay,
It
the
did-
water bottle
yeah.
scene, I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
But like for the rest of it, not so much, right?
Mhm.
And I like that a lot about the movie. That like you're watching and you're like, oh, this reminds me of that. This reminds me of this.
Yeah.
To me, that's that's kind of what I want to see in a movie.
Uh, okay.
Or it has to be a completely original thing. But there's a lot. It's really hard now to like.
I get exactly what you're saying. Because like sometimes when you watch movies, you find similarities to other movies and you're like, "Oh my god, that influenced this." But like it's two sides of the same coin, cuz like on one side you're like delighted by the fact that it reminds you of other things. But on the other side of that coin, like you could, depending on how the movie executes, like a scene or a thing or a theme or whatever that reminds you of a different movie, depending on how it like you could say that, oh my god, it's derivative. Oh, it's just like that other movie. It could be like a negative thing. So like I think with every person it's different. Like it's this I get exactly what you're saying, and I feel that way a lot of times with like movies that I really like too. So I feel you there. I just couldn't, for me personally, I just couldn't for this movie. That's
enough.
where I stand.
Alright.
Are we
Yes, let's
ready to go? Ready to do this?
let's do our rounds. Yeah.
All right. Do you want to start from end to end, or
Let's start on that side. I feel like we started on this side last time.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to begin? Give your rank.
So this is one of my favorite movies I've seen in a really long time. Like, as far as new movies are concerned, right? Looking back and seeing movies that I haven't seen in the past
Yeah.
that are great. I might give those higher scores, but I'll give it a 9
It's pretty
personally.
high, okay.
Yeah, personally, because it gave me what I wanted to see
Yeah.
in the moment, and it also gave me what I want to see, what I like in movies. Gave me something that like what it actually, you guys as like movie enthusiasts. I don't consider myself a movie enthusiast. Like, I may be sitting.
We'll
at this
make you
table.
one yet.
Right, but
Yeah.
I don't like go back always and rewatch movies unless I absolutely like the movie.
Okay.
All right. But this one I saw it once
Yeah.
and I was like, all right, let me set aside some time tomorrow because I want to like see if I can actually catch
Oh.
some of these things.
Okay.
And for that to happen, the movie has to be pretty fucking good. So that's why I give it a 9.
Well, and I respect that. As a matter of fact,
Solid.
what he's saying, I agree with, because it is a movie that I wouldn't mind watching again.
Okay.
It's a movie that I totally would in the future watch again if there's not in a bad way when I say this, but if there's nothing else to watch and I see them, like I will not think twice about clicking play on it
All right.
because it's entertaining. It's got things going for it. I like the acting. I like the ensemble cast. I like you said before, the rapport that they all have with each other,
Yes.
right? And just
Lemon and Tangerine.
Lemon and Tangerine in particular, of course, and Tangerine, yeah, Lemon was Aaron Taylor Johnson, right?
Yeah.
Kick ass.
Yes.
Yeah, so Tangerine, it was Tangerine and Ladybugs.
He's the guy from Atlanta. right?
Atlanta.
No, Tangerine was Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Oh, we got mixed up.
Yeah. Okay. So
Okay.
so Lemon and Ladybugs, rapport at the end of the movie, the front of the train when they're trying to stop it, right?
Yeah.
I like them. They they set aside their differences and like let's work together here, right? I would watch a movie again. I love the color. I like the acting. Like I said, I've already said that. So I will give this like a 7.9 in
Okay.
my opinion.
Round it up.
Round it up.
Nah, stick to
I
your
think
guns.
We got it. We
I'm
got
like-
it. You
I'm
can't
like-
give it point.
I'm like
We get the point after we
I'm
get
like
the
Dave.
average.
I'm like Dave Portnoy. It's gonna be a 7.9. It's gonna be a 7.9. I got to do the 7.9 because I don't know. There's something
That
about
fucking bothers me.
it. There's something about it that doesn't. I don't want to. I do 7.5, but it's got to be 7.9.
All right.
That's
7.9.
It was a really fun movie. I went in with it with very low expectations. I didn't expect as many appearances with like Zazie Beetz and the other two cameos. I wasn't expecting that, so that was fun. Little bitty things. I don't think I would watch it again. If it was like you were saying, if it was on and nothing else was on, then to be honest, I probably will just turn my TV off and do something else.
We're going with nothing.
Yeah, it was a fun time though. I don't disagree with that. But I have to give it a 7.
All right. I am in a very similar vein with Jonah. I think what I said earlier encapsulates how I feel about this movie. It's a really, really good bag of potato chips. And some people really love potato chips. Some people, they just have, a bag every now and then. I'm more of a guy that, has one every now and then because I prefer steak. I prefer burritos. I prefer
You really
pasta.
want that burrito.
you
Yeah.
really wanted it.
I prefer meat in my mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I like.
Vin Diesel.
Woo.
But yeah, no, I think the acting is so entertaining in this movie. The character interactions, it just brings a smile to my face. And it's very colorful. Like imagine if this movie imagine if this movie was like fucking Avengers Age of Ultron. It'd just be awful. It'd be fucking god awful.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the things in this movie just like work to save it. Because I think in its bare bones, it's not very good in my opinion.
You're saying it's a bad concept with a good everything else?
No, I'm saying the script is bad.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the concept of a lot of crazy drama and hijinks happening on a train, I think that concept will always be interesting. We will always have crazy movies on trains, and they will be, on certain from one spectrum to the other, like in terms of quality. They could be good, they could be really bad. Snowpiercer, really good. Murder on the Orient Express, never seen it, but I heard it was bad.
Taking Pelham 1, 2, 3.
Taking Pelham 1, 2, 3.
Three.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Unstoppable.
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 I liked Unstoppable.
Another Denzel train movie.
I actually really liked Unstoppable.
I liked Unstoppable.
Just saying, both his train movies came out a year apart from each other.
Unstoppable is Tony Scott's last movie before he killed himself.
Really?
Yeah.
Rip.
He has never
R.I.P.
directed a movie since, because
Makes
obviously
sense.
You
he's
must really have not liked
Yeah.
Unstoppable.
Ghost directing.
Maybe if he knew that we liked Unstoppable.
Yeah.
He's like Saw.
That's probably fine.
Saw. He planned all his movies
dead.
years in
Another
advance.
franchise that should have just died.
Except his
I'm giving this a 6.5. I'm giving it a 6.5 because that's how I feel, and I feel like that's what's happening with that.
overall 7.6.
7.6. This is really interesting. I think this
That's
is
still pretty high.
the biggest spread of scores we've had,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's always fun when
Yeah.
we come in here with different. Because I was prepared to give this a much lower score, but then as we talked about, I realized this movie has a lot going for it.
Deep down, I wanted to give it more,
Yeah,
but again, a lot of things brought me down to it. Even though I did enjoy the movie,
yeah.
I didn't think it was all bad. I thought it was good. I really, really,
It was a
truly-
fun time.
It was a fun time,
Mhm.
and it exceeded my expectations. And it's hard
Yeah.
when I set my expectations on a movie before I see it. It's very difficult for them to change my mind, even when I'm watching it.
I can feel that.
Even when I'm watching it, even if they're doing their best, even if it's really good. If I think already it's gonna be terrible in the first place,
Really?
and then it ends up being really good, it's hard for me to change my mind. And it's very shallow
Yeah.
and thick of me to think like that.
So you took away a 0.1.
There's many aspects here, right?
We're still on the
You want me to redo the math?
7.9 shit.
I'm also bothered by you giving it a something 0.5, man. Like
what do you want from me?
a whole number.
You want
I want a
I'll give
fucking
it
whole
one
number.
thumb down.
We'll give
How
you
about
the
that?
decimals after we divide it by 4.
We've been doing this for about
Yeah.
7 months now. Just about
And-
7 months.
Oh my
Swear
God.
to
Our,
God.
We have been doing it for quite some time.
Our rank.
I will. All right, score something as pi, and
On-
you will have to type in pi into your fucking
3.14.
calculator.
3.145 Keep going.
And that's gonna be your problem and not mine.
But this movie, the movie I want to choose, if we want to talk about
Yes.
that. I want to watch the movie called The Menu.
Okay.
It is a dark
I've seen a trailer for that.
comedy horror.
So who done it, right?
It's not really.
Yeah,
It's,
not really.
it's I don't really know. Actually,
Oh.
to be honest, so the movie it's starring Ralph Fiennes
Yeah.
and Anya Taylor-Joy
Yes.
and what's his name who played Beast from the X-Men movies, the new ones.
Ah, shit. I don't know. I don't.
Again,
I
yeah.
know exactly who you're talking about, but I don't know.
Is that the one where they're on the island?
What?
Is that the
Yeah, it's about an island. Here we look. I will look up the quick thing for you.
For let me. I think I could give a synopsis. I think, this is just judging from what I saw in the trailer. I think it's about a very prestigious restaurant and a restaurateur, and the chef is like the head of it, and Ralph Fiennes is the chef.
Gordon Ramsay.
fucking
Gordon Ramsay.
psychopath?
And this couple go to this island where this restaurant is, and like it's not just a restaurant; it's like a quote unquote experience, and shit goes down.
Because it came out last Thursday, and when it came out, it had an 88% Rotten Tomatoes,
Yeah.
and it's only gone up to 90,
Oh,
and that's a good
gone
thing.
up.
It's gone up,
interesting.
It's a
and has over. And I talked about this the other day with you.
Yeah.
It has over 300 reviews on it within only a weekend,
Wow.
and I expect nothing less with
So
with
is it
Ralph
streaming or
Fiennes.
is it only in theaters?
it's in theaters right now. It just came out.
Okay.
Um,
Should we set up a time?
I was thinking
We-
maybe
should we-
if we all
let's
have
all
Wednesday
go.
off,
Let's all go.
if we all have like
I'm driving to Delaware on Wednesday.
oh.
Yeah.
You're gonna spin. Hold on. You're gonna spend Thanksgiving weekend with your family.
How dare you?
how dare you? We have a podcast.
This is important. And I keep picking movies like this. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I
No,
should
no, no.
be. I should be. But it's just because
I am
what's
interested
funny thing
in
is
seeing this movie.
this is
yeah.
allegedly also part produced
Yeah.
by Will Ferrell.
So,
Oh. Yeah.
this is if I'm not mistaken, this trailer is from what I've seen, it's
Yeah.
the most dangerous game, isn't it?
Oh, really?
If I'm not
I
mistaken.
don't know. Is it?
Yeah, I mean,
Are they cannibals?
yeah,
Is this fresh all
some
over
shit like
again?
that, yeah.
Yeah, Will Ferrell
Here we
produced
go.
this movie.
Interesting.
It's a horror comedy.
I don't know if it's cannibals,
So this
but
movie
they're definitely killing the people on the.
Oh,
movie
yeah.
focuses
Bodies are dropping.
And they're dropping by the people who run the
100%.
fucking restaurant.
it focuses on a young couple who visits an exclusive destination restaurant
Yeah.
on a remote island where an acclaimed chef has prepared a lavish tasting menu. Along with some shocking surprise deadline notes, Fiennes plays the world-class chef who sets it all up and adds some unsuspected ingredients into the menu planned.
So cannibals.
To be honest, this sounds exactly like something Ciara would wrap my ass up into. She would like plan like this event, like, hey, we're going to this restaurant tonight, and I'm like,
And it's
"Hey,
on an island.
It's on an island. I'm like, how much is this costing us? Don't worry about it. I'm like,
I
okay.
gotta remember.
And then we go, and then
You're
you know,
eating your in-laws and you didn't
Yeah.
realize it.
Here I go again.
What?
and I look over at the next table, and
Oh,
I'm
this
like, hey,
happens all the time.
Yeah, but it's just like the last movie that was horror themed, but also had hints of hilarity to it. When we saw slight hints of hilarity, I'll say,
Yeah.
when we saw Barbarian,
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling it's going to be just like that.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna get my hopes up, but the fact is, originally I didn't think it was gonna be anything decent. Well, because the first trailer I saw of it was like months ago,
Okay.
and now it's resurfacing for me now, and I'm like, I want to see it. And I
I'm
know we
excited.
keep choosing movies that we like in theaters. I know you said it's okay.
It's fine. Yeah.
There's other movies that I want to give a chance, but then a new movie comes out in theaters. I just want to fucking wrap my legs around. You know,
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
I want to just unravel. You know,
You guys are really big into movies. I just can't see myself having sex with a movie. You know,
Yeah.
it's just not me.
obviously never been on Brazzers.
All right. I think that's it.
All right.
And, it's been fun. We'll see you guys next time. Cool.
Beautiful.
Flick. Flick.